I obviously it was a mistake, but I kind of wish it was real.
So Weimer, a lot of people are saying that this matchup is really good for ZSS, or at least even with Steve. What are some of the reasons you think that people are saying that?
Flip kick.
Flip kick?
Flip kick is a really good move. It lets you get around so much, and Zaire too as well. Like it lets you work through so much of the pressure that Steve can build up. It gets you through the defenses, and you can get around traps like that. Burying on the anvil, Antimony in a really bad spot, but that Steve recovery to get you right back there. Crazy little interaction that you don't get to see too often. Any higher percent though, and that anvil would have been the acme of all cartoon Steve deaths.
But yeah, it's definitely kind of just flip kick. Flip kick helps you get around so much in this matchup and sets up a lot of things for you. But I think it's also just the combo game of DSS is like really positive into Steve.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I noticed when Mars plays in this matchup is his positioning of when he thinks the Steve player is going to throw out minecart is very, very strong. Like he'll position to be like, oh, if you minecart here, I can back out you. And then play based off of that and play the mix-up based off of that. So let's see if Leviathan is doing similar things. I know he's good friends with Mars, so you've got to think they've been talking about matchups like this, you know?
I imagine. I think they also both fought Antimony at NESI, if I'm not mistaken. So they both have some matchup against this team. I think they both went ZSS at that point as well. Obviously Mars did, but I think Leviathan was rocking ZSS in that. It might have been the second one. But there you go. There's your info. There's your cartoon kill.
Yeah, I think that is the great equalizer for Steve in this matchup, is that you can win neutral 10 out of the 11 times, but that 11th one is going to be such a high volume opening for Antimony, especially with their punish game.
For sure here. Antimony, I think, just struggling to find the in here. Leviathan is doing a great job just like kind of boxing Steve out, saying, you know, you're not going to get, we saw like a couple up tilts, forward tilt combos come in, just not able to get too much here. Up the out of shield here, not quite want to take cross stage, but definitely in a favorable position.
2 weak hits of forward air not connected into the second. That's crazy.
That is nuts.
ZSS sucks.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I'll say it. It has to be said.
If you're the entirety of flip kick is better than like half of this game's roster.
Yeah.
Like,
true. I also love the weight on the up smash while crafting diamond. It's like, okay, you can get your diamond. I'm gonna get to percent and try and open up a combo though. Like that's a choice to make, and I love seeing those kind of choices being made on the HP level.
So just kind of a tough break for Antimony right now. Like not really having answers needed to, you know, kind of hit the ZSS where it's beneficial. You know, able to rack up a bit of percent, did get the anvil kill, but just nothing crazy good. But the down air, or down smash rather, is going to take the stock there.
All right, let's see one Steve combo.
Yeah.
And then that puts the pressure on Leviathan. I feel like Leviathan's still pretty comfortable. 108% lead here, and has been, you know, rinsing and repeating in neutral, and that's gonna do it.
That's it. I really did like the way Antimony went for that recovery there. Kind of like stalled a bit with the block, and then did like a nice little like loop in with the Steve up B. But yeah, Leviathan wise to it, gets the read into the down smash up B.
Down smash.
1-0 Leviathan. 1-0 Leviathan.
1-0 Leviathan. Shout outs to the TO.
I'm just gonna start screaming. 1-0
Leviathan!
Yeah, just, you know. So apologies in advance for those listening.
Yes, good comms.
I'm just gonna start screaming. But yeah, so something I think. So I think what Antimony can probably do better than this matchup. Now, I'm not the best well-versed with what Steve does. I am a boomer, so, you know, not too, these new age characters. But just trying to use the blocks a little bit better to kind of limit DSS's movement options so that you can set up and get what you need to do and then punish the landings from there. I think that's going to be a big thing here. Because flip kick, it is one of the best moves in the game, but it is super punishable at the end of the day. So, you know, being able to put yourself in a placement to be able to punish it is going to be huge.
You got to be careful with it, but not like too careful with it. there's definitely some leniency. Stuff like that, auto snapping to ledge really helps it out. But we're seeing entirely different momentum in this game. Antimony can take stock one pretty convincingly, only hits 61% to start things off. And as I say it, okay, I was like, I almost just cast Turkey's Curse to the moon.
I was going to say there was definitely no chance that the sweet spot was going to hit there, so Antimony was going to be in a good spot anyways, but even then, it was like that has led to all this percent. Like, has not been able to get out of disadvantage since then.
CSS's flip kick doesn't have a, it has an alternative sweet spot in the one that kills you at 80 off the side instead of on the ground.
It's the Steve back air. One of these kills you off the top at 40. The other one, if you DI it right, will kill you off the back at like 100.
But yeah, Leviathan using the CSS side B, which is crazy that they made that move do what it does in this game. But we don't get to talk about that to secure the first stock. And just trying to get back on the stage here, definitely resetting. Nair is going to be a huge tool, especially because it has not had the time to set up blocks to kind of block the Nair from happening. Nair is such a big tool with CSS's kit for these combos.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we haven't even seen Antimony get enough mining done to get a diamond for the last stock. Yeah, like, how often do you see that as in a Steve matchup?
I think we saw that last game, but I mean, that whole last stock just kind of blew up out of nowhere anyway, so it didn't matter too much at the end of things. Barely making it back over that side view right there.
Yeah, definitely just the speed and movement of DSS can make it really hard to mine, especially because to mine safely you want to set up that tower of blocks, and DSS can kind of just ignore it. So, going for up throw there, not quite going to take that stock yet, but it is close apparently. I did not know that was an option. Yeah, did not know up throw killed.
Yep.
Up throw, well, yeah, depending on the DI. I don't know if that was great DI, but definitely is an option, especially at those higher percents.
Minecart there, just run into it and take the stock. But that's the thing though, the tower just not super effective at keeping CSS out like you would want for Steve. So I guess we'll see what goes on here. Tries to spot dodge the grab, still gonna land with the delayed hitbox. So
an odd amount of patience there. I was kind of expecting Leviathan to go in and do something, but just stood there menacingly, taking a page out of the snake book, I guess.
Was just waiting. It was just like, what's your next move?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
So yeah, definitely doing a lot better in this one. Does not have the time to mine, but is able to land some hits, because just because you don't have a diamond doesn't mean you're not going to succeed as Steve, because you still have Anvil. Even Iron Pickaxe is still going to get you the kills there, but the up tilt or up air of the going to secure the last stock.
That is something you get when PS2 is to get the stone blocks towards the end of the set, and that's the kind of thing that'll help you out even if you don't have that diamond. It's harder to break through that, obviously, especially for someone like CSS. But even still, all of this pressure that Leviathan's been throwing out, just jumping over the walls most of the time, and it's not something that Antimony's really been able to adjust to and defend against.
Yeah, for sure. I would just like to say, Antimony sometimes is a slow starter to sets. We've seen that so many times where Antimony loses game one, and then it's like close game two, and then depending on if Antimony clutches it out, it's like, okay, now we got a set. So it's going to be a long road here for Antimony if they want to win this set, but we've seen Antimony reverse 3-0 plenty of players before.
So here's an interesting observation about Antimony as well, kind of related on that same note, is that when Antimony has to play back-to-back sets against a very slow character where they can mine a lot and do all that, versus a very fast character like CSS, I feel like there's that extra time to adjust to kind of the game plan you need to have. Just one of those things where against CSS you have to play very differently than you play against someone where you can build up the wall and mine very easily. So just kind of that hard adjustment can be a little weird sometimes.
Dash back, getting the grab. He's a good edge guard with that forward air as well. Doesn't have the strongest materials to work with right now, still kind of looking for something better. But building a floor, you're going to be able to play around with it, get a tech situation off. He tries to craft the gold, does get it out, but at 143, I don't know that was necessarily worth it. Does not find a chance to use it.
Yeah, I was surprised that Antimony opted to actually craft the gold, because it felt like so much of the set has been like, I'm scrapped for resources. I need to conserve them for the most output that I can, and just like wasting it there seemed like a pretty big blunder, uncharacteristically too, from such an amazing player.
I have to almost wonder if it was like trying to craft, or not craft, find something to replace a block, but getting something in exchange there off that. So it's even-ish. Not exactly even, definitely still leading for Leviathan, but definitely possible to bring it back.
Yeah, definitely a weird situation to be put in. I think Leviathan thought he was going to have to attack the drop down from the lava there. I would have expected that too, but unfortunately did not happen. He ends up losing the stop. Getting a little bit of damage here with the gold pickaxe. Landing the anvil, the land bar does have the diamond now, so is going to be able to have that for the back half of this game, it looks like.
I imagine we saved that for last talk, especially after what happened with the gold. Yeah, and the turnaround on the upbeat.
Now we built with the diamond here.
Yep.
That's just the fun part about Angel platforming vulnerability is you just have the perfect amount of time to mine.
Oh my God!
Nuts.
What a
He's
crazy
so
way to
nuts.
close that. And that's a 3-0
Wow.
for Leviathan, closing it out in stylish fashion with that upbeat.
You know that's something he thought about, and
Oh,
he
yeah.